Subscribe to the William Pace Show YouTube channel. Be sure to click the bell and give us the thumbs up. Thank you.
The William Pace Show through the years has been a beacon of light in the Midwest, taking you to such destinations as the Navy Pier, the Palmer Hilton Palace Hotel, the German Village, the Showboat Majestic Theatre, the Ohio Village, and the Krohn Conservatory. There's always something cooking in the kitchen on the William Pace Show. Some of the biggest stars, entertainers, and political figures like B.B. King, Jimmy Walker, Bob Carlisle, Patti Austin, Mr. T, Whitley Phibbs, and Congressman Tony Hall have appeared on the William Pace Show. Now, without further ado, we proudly present the William Pace Show on CATV, coming to you from the heart of the Midwest. The William Pace Show, asking the questions you want to ask, getting the answers everyone wants to know. It's a new season of the William Pace Show. We're raising the bar with more commitment to educate, inform, encourage, inspire, empower, and help you have your best life. Everyone deserves to have their best life. I'm just staying the course. Here we go.
Good evening. Thanks so much for tuning us in tonight in William Pace. And tonight, my guest is William Turner from Momentum Mortgage. And you know, spring is coming up soon, and the weather will be nice, and you'll be out looking possibly for a new home. And here to tell us more about mortgage rates tonight is William Turner. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, Momentum Mortgage. What's the main purpose of your company?
At Momentum Mortgage, we're a mortgage broker. And basically what that means is we take an individual that has needs. You mentioned in your opening there of home improvements with spring coming up. Such things as debt consolidation. Individuals need cash out for vacations. That time of the year is coming up as well. Kids are out of school. And we take their needs and are able to match them with a lender that can meet their needs. And by putting the two of them together, the consumer is able to come out with, you know, the end product that they're ultimately looking for.
Okay, now you say refinancing. Okay, so when would be the appropriate time to refinance?
Let me clarify that a little bit.
Okay.
Refinancing is one aspect of what we do. We do refinancing. We also can handle individuals that are looking for new home ownership, so they want to purchase. We can deal with individuals that just want to get maybe a line of credit on their home using the equity available. We can deal with individuals looking to purchase commercial property, new construction. So there's many aspects to that.
So there's a whole wide gamut of things that you do then.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So for a first-time homeowner, say someone who's living in an apartment and they're saving up money to purchase a home, what should they do? What steps should they be taking?
The biggest thing is everything is based off of the credit. And individuals that are looking to get themselves together to purchase, they want to start making sure that their credit is in order. You do that by not having so many outstanding credit cards with balances, by ensuring that the bills are paid on a timely fashion, and by putting back some monies in the bank to set up a savings. So when the time comes, the down payment and closing costs and other fees and things that are associated with moving into a new property are there and in place, and that makes things a lot easier.
Okay, so how much money would you need then for a down payment? 5%? Or they're giving 5% loans today, 2%? Are there some cases where you get zero down?
There are many different programs out there. What we're able to offer at Momentum Mortgage is we have programs with as little as 5% down. However, as I stated, everything is based off of the individual's credit. So if you came to me and asked me for something, I may be able to say, Mr. Pace, I can get you in there for 5%. If Mr. Smith came and asked me, I may need 10% from him. So it's each individual's credit profile is individual to them. So whatever their profile dictates is what they would have to come up with.
I see. So why would a person come to a mortgage broker instead of going to one of the banks in town or savings and loans?
Right now, time. That's the biggest thing. We're all busy. We all have schedules that we have to try to adhere to on a daily basis. At Momentum Mortgage, we do all the legwork for the individuals. So if you come to me, you let me know what your needs are. You just sit back, and the next time basically that we meet is at the closing table, and you're signing the documents. And we try to make that process happen as quickly as possible, usually within a 10 business day time period. From start to close, we try to wrap that process up. But individuals don't have time to call around. We're able to shop for the best rates for them versus, an individual having to get on the phone and call, from A company to Z company, taking up the time to do that. We practice our honesty and our integrity, so the rates that we give you are going to be the best rates that are out there in the market. So you can trust that we're going to do that for them versus them calling one company and them telling them, yes, I can do this, and then getting to the table and it's something different. We'll, avoid all that happening.
A little personal touch then.
A big personal touch, not a little.
A big personal touch.
That's right.
What's the turnaround?
As I mentioned, from the time that I get someone that says, this is what I want to do, and I'm able to match a lender up with a program that they want to accomplish, we practice again 10 business days, which is equivalent of 2 weeks from start to finish.
So if I came in on March 1st and wanted to get a mortgage loan, then by
March 15th, I should have you wrapped up and done.
With the closing too?
With the closing at the table, yes, sir.
That's really quick.
There is what they call the law dictates that we must give what they call a right to rescission period. So there is an additional 3 days after you sign the documents for the individual to take home and review, to have an attorney review, an accountant review. So there is an additional 3 days on top of that. But from the day that we start to the day that they're at the table, 10 days is what we practice.
Are many people refinancing their homes more and more today? I guess with the interest rates being low, do you have a lot of people coming in saying, I want to refinance?
Yes, there has been a boom in our market here in the last year and a half because of the interest rates being lowered. And, so we've been very steady with refinancing. But again, as I mentioned, they come to us for different reasons. It's not always, of course, everyone wants the best interest rate, but sometimes there's other factors involved. If I can take someone and consolidate their debt, for example, where I'm paying off several credit cards at higher interest rates, 13, 14% and higher, and I'm able to consolidate that into a new mortgage or home equity program for them, it may save them $300, $400, $500 per month.
So what percent of your company is in first-time home owners loans? What percent is in refinancing or construction?
The bulk of our deals are refinance deals. And I'll say the bulk, about 85% of our business is refinancing. The other 15% is divided, between the construction, between the purchases and such. We have seen a increase here lately in the purchase side, and we are doing more purchase deals, which is pleasant because we're putting new individuals into homes, and we always like when that happens.
Now I hear that you can work wonders for people who have credit problems. Is that true?
I don't know about work wonders, but I appreciate that. But we take our name, the actual name of the company is Momentum Mortgage and Consulting.
Let's talk about the name. Who thought of the name Momentum?
Who thought of the name? Myself and a previous partner of mine, and we were getting together and we were trying to come up with a name. And I knew I wanted a name that had something to it, something on the go. And I think that's about how we got it going. When we got going, I said, we said momentum, something with some momentum. We thought, well, why don't we just call it Momentum? And that's what we're about. Once we get the ball in our court, we're going to keep rolling with it until, we reach an end product. And then we're going to go even that step beyond after the fact and keep in contact with the customer and, ensure that customer is getting the ultimate in customer service.
So you do follow-up, too, afterwards?
Most definitely.
Follow-up.
Most definitely. Our biggest base of customers is from referrals. So, we do not hesitate in providing the best possible customer service to each individual because we need them to go out there and let other individuals know about Momentum Mortgage and Consulting.
Great. So the people with credit problems, you can help them to some degree then.
Right. And again, that's where I was going with that consulting portion of it. We're going to sit down and we're going to analyze, the credit that they have. And if we can help them, of course, we're going to help them right away. But if there's something that we can't do, we're not going to hold back. We're going to let the individual know, hey, I'm sorry, right now we can't do this. However, if you follow this game plan, make sure that you make these payments on time, make sure you concentrate on this, try to get a lower payoff on this and that, we'll set out a game plan for them to follow. And then, we'll ask them to follow up with us, or we'll contact them 6 months, maybe a little bit later, and
So they
we'll
have
try
to
that
have-
program again for them.
So they have to have some time to reestablish their credit then.
Right, sometimes that is necessary.
Okay, great. More with William Turner when we return. Stay with us.
The William Pace Show through the years has been a beacon of light in the Midwest, taking you to such destinations as the Navy Pier, the Palmer Hilton Palace Hotel, the German Village, the Showboat Majestic Theatre, the Ohio Village, and the Krohn Conservatory. There's always something cooking in the kitchen on the William Pace Show. Some of the biggest stars, entertainers, and political figures like B.B. King, Jimmy Walker, Bob Carlisle, Patti Austin, Mr. T, Whitley Phibbs, and Congressman Tony Hall have appeared on the William Pace Show. Now, without further ado, we proudly present the William Pace Show on CATV, coming to you from the heart of the Midwest.
Subscribe to the William Pace Show YouTube channel. Be sure to click the bell and give us the thumbs up. Thank you.
I'm William Pace. Thanks so much for tuning us in tonight. My guest is William Turner from Momentum Mortgage. And before we went to break, we were talking about credit problems and so forth. People can, if they have credit problems, turn their credit around through a series of steps. And those series of steps takes about 6 months to a year or something like that.
At least that. And again, it depends on the level of, credit problems. It's funny, there's a lot of individuals that we'll call and we'll talk to, and they'll say, oh, I don't think I'll be able to, you won't be able to help me because I, have all these credit problems, and we'll pull a credit report and they're excellent. So it just depends on the level of credit, problems, and are they truly problems? What a lot of individuals don't understand is that if they're not 30 days behind, it may not register, on the credit report like they think that it's registering. So in their mind, they're 10 days, 15 days late. They think they have big problems. However, since it hasn't passed that 30-day mark, they don't have the problems that they think they do. So, but in general, 6 months, for an individual that truly has had some issues or currently has some issues, to get them on the right track, is a good time frame to go by.
Now you have several locations.
That's
Not
we do.
just one or two, but three.
We have actually 4 locations.
4. Tell us about the locations.
Our main location, our home office, is located here in the city of Dayton. This is where I'm from. We're at 6927 North Main Street. That's in the Harrison Township section here of Dayton, Ohio. We have a satellite office of our Dayton office out in Xenia, which is at 68 East Main Street there in Xenia, Ohio. And then we have 2 other larger locations, one in Columbus, Ohio, in the Westerville section of Columbus, Ohio, and we have one in Cleveland, Ohio, in Warrensville Heights area of Cleveland.
So in a week's time, you go to all of the locations?
No, not in a week's time. I try to make my rounds, get to each office at no less than once a month, and more if necessary. But I have excellent management staff in place, and so that allows me to stay home, and I let them manage, and they do a wonderful job in doing.
So how many employees do you have?
Right now, we're currently sitting at about 28
employees. Are
Yes,
you
sir.
still taking on new employees? Might this be opportunity
This
for
is a great
employment
opportunity
for people?
for anyone looking. We try to encourage individuals that have some sales experience. I like to treat this more as a sales job. I get a lot of applicants in that have financial background, and that helps, but this is a sales type environment that we're in. So yes, anyone that has any experience in retail type sales, automobile type sales, I've had individuals that have sold Kirby vacuum cleaners door to door.
So you must be a
So,
true salesperson.
must be a true salesperson,
Okay,
right?
and
we're always accepting applications, and they can come there to the main office that I mentioned at 6927 North Main Street, or they can give us a call at the number that's appearing on the screen.
and we could almost do a show on what a true salesperson is.
That is true.
But that's next show. Moving right back to mortgage lending, there's a lot of talk these days about predatory lending.
Predatory lending, yes.
What is that exactly?
Well, predatory lending has been defined by others, not myself or not my industry, as loans that are being given to individuals that are high cost or have high interest rates attached to them. Things like balloon payments given to customers, and I can't give you a true definition, but those are the things that they're targeting or they're saying are predatory lending.
Those loans are not the best loans to have then.
They're not always the best loans to have. No, I mean no one wants a loan that they don't know there's fees involved with. No one wants to get a much higher interest rate than they qualify for. So no, those are never the best loans to have. However, there are some aspects of that some customers do need. For example, balloon payments. Balloon payments, we're going back to the individuals that may have had credit issues in the past. What a balloon payment is, first of all, is it's basically like a 15-year loan, but it's given a 30-year payment. So what happens is at the end of a 15-year term, you're going to have the rest of the balance of that mortgage due.
Why would a person want to have a loan like that?
Right. Well, because if they just have gotten out of a situation that they know they right now they need the best payment. They're looking more payment than interest rate.
I see.
They need this payment to help them, continue their recovery process. And it's given to them knowing that, hey, in 2-3 years, once you have everything reestablished, you're going to want to refinance. So there's no reason to stick them into a 30-year fixed at a much higher interest rate than it would be to give them a lower, rate, lower payment, with the knowledge up front, knowing that, yes, I'm going to have to refinance. And that's what we do. And that's what we want to make sure that everyone knows is that, yes, there is some predatory lending out there. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it doesn't happen. Unfortunately, in any industry you go into, there's someone not doing it the way they're supposed to do. So that is out there. However, at Momentum Mortgage and Consulting, we school, if you will, the individuals up front and give them the knowledge that they need to know that we disclose all of our fees. They know exactly what fees they're going to pay, in conjunction with this loan. Actually, the law says that we must disclose that to them. So we give them what's called a good faith estimate. So they have a list of the fees. We let them know what the interest rate is. And when they get to the table at the closing, that interest rate is the same. If there's any changes in that process, we let the customer know immediately.
You make an interesting point. You said school, because I think so many people, they're not schooled, they're not educated or exposed to what they should know when they go and apply.
I agree wholeheartedly. And unfortunately, there is no formal schooling or classes or things that they conduct. There are often seminars that are given. You hear them on the radio and such all the time. Realtors a lot of time give courses, but that's guiding them more to the purchase side of it. So there's nothing out there. That's something that we've talked about, our company, maybe holding courses.
Workshops.
Workshops, exactly. We've done it at a couple of churches in the past. We've been able to go in and hold these workshops. But education, that's the importance. Knowledge. Knowledge is key, as they say.
Knowledge is power. I hear that there is a momentum philosophy. You want to tell me about that? What is the momentum philosophy? I want to know more about that.
What is our philosophy? The momentum philosophy is nothing more than we make sure that we treat every customer, not as a customer, but as a member of our family, if you will. And so, in other words, we're not going to do it to our family member. We're not going to do it to this person who I just met over the phone. And we take care of, everyone from step one in the process, and this is whether we do their loan or not. I mean, we have many customers that they just call in for information. We tell them what they need to know, and they say, okay, well, thank you very much, and they go on. But that doesn't hurt our feelings at all because, we'll get a referral in from that customer, and they'll say, so-and-so told me, about you because you were able to give them information, and, I wanted to call and get the same information. I wanted to call and do something with you. And that's what it's about when we get those calls in. That's what makes us feel good, and we know we're doing it the right way.
Great. We're almost out of time, but before you go, I want to talk a little bit about ARM and what type of mortgage is this?
ARM stands for adjustable rate mortgage.
Okay.
And basically what that is kind of on the same philosophy as a balloon payment. The mortgage starts off at a lower interest rate, and then over a matter of time it can increase. That's where the adjustment's in there.
So it changes over a period of time.
It does change.
Maybe this year is a certain rate, and then in a year from now it'll be another rate.
Right. They're often based on different indexes that the government bonds, the LIBOR, things like that, different indexes that are out there, prime index. And the reason for those, if you're purchasing a new home, and again, you want the best program, the best payment right now, and you're going to, a lot of times go into an ARM knowing that you're going to refinance it at a later date.
I see. Well, we could go on and on and on, but we're almost out of time, and I want to thank you so much for being with us tonight. And we can't let you leave without a box of Esther Price Fine Chocolates. It's Dayton's best. Before you go, give us a phone number where we can reach you.
276-5526 is our local number here. And they can call that number, and if they're out of town or know someone out of town, we can give them the numbers to the other offices from there as well.
Okay, thanks. Thanks so much for being with us
Thank you.
tonight. Thank you. There's more to come on the William Pace Show. Stay with us.
The William Pace Show through the years has been a beacon of light in the Midwest, taking you to such destinations as the Navy Pier, the Palmer Hilton Palace Hotel, the German Village, the Showboat Majestic Theatre, the Ohio Village, and the Krohn Conservatory. There's always something cooking in the kitchen on the William Pace Show. Some of the biggest stars, entertainers, and political figures like B.B. King, Jimmy Walker, Bob Carlisle, Patti Austin, Mr. T, Whitley Phibbs, and Congressman Tony Hall have appeared on the William Pace Show. Now, without further ado, we proudly present the William Pace Show on CATV, coming to you from the heart of the Midwest.
Subscribe to the William Pace Show YouTube channel. Be sure to click the bell and give us the thumbs up. Thank you.
The William Pace Show through the years has been a beacon of light in the Midwest, taking you to such destinations as the Navy Pier, the Palmer Hilton Palace Hotel, the German Village, the Showboat Majestic Theatre, the Ohio Village, and the Krohn Conservatory. There's always something cooking in the kitchen on the William Pace Show. Some of the biggest stars, entertainers, and political figures like B.B. King, Jimmy Walker, Bob Carlisle, Patti Austin, Mr. T, Whitley Phibbs, and Congressman Tony Hall have appeared on the William Pace Show. Now, without further ado, we proudly present the William Pace Show on CATV, coming to you from the heart of the Midwest.
Subscribe to the William Pace Show YouTube channel. Be sure to click the bell and give us the thumbs up. Thank you.